to think of falling to the ground.
Okay, folks, let's show this.
Scene 22, take 1.
The content of this performance is shocking. It's gritty.
Like, I think the entire play, like, it's very important that we come out and we do this, because everybody here knows somebody, even if they don't know it, who has been affected in one way or another.
First and foremost is the dangers and the absolutely catastrophic effects that crystal meth have on the person and the family and the friends and the community, and just how devastating the drug actually is, and the severity and the importance of this message.
Educating youth about drugs, especially crystal meth, because it is such a devastating drug, and that is why we did this project.
It'll be actually 16 years ago, and I started it with the Multicultural Heritage Center, and it was just supposed to be a pilot project that was going to last for 6 weeks, and then it really took off from there. So think about what it looks like.
It's crystal meth. How could you give me something like that? I thought we were friends.
My mom saw an ad for it and kind of convinced me to come. I didn't really want to come, and I saw it. And I joined, and I started to really love it. And just every play we did, I loved it more and more.
I heard of Multi through my brother, who was already in it, and like he would come home and he'd be like, "Oh, all these amazing things happened at Multi today." I'm like, I want to join.
Like, I really like singing and dancing and acting, and in my like when at school, I've always been doing doing acting and stuff.
I feel like I'm doing something also while I'm doing something I really love. It's kind of like volunteer work, but it's something I really like doing because I love acting.
The last time I checked, we had performed for over 40,000 people, which was really huge. We've been all over Alberta. You know, we've been up north. We've been to Medicine Hat, Red Deer, Drumheller. We try and get anywhere we possibly can.
In total, I think my last tally on my bedroom wall was 152 performances.
When we did the research for it, we met with meth addicts, social workers, RCMP, families of meth users, and really so many of the stories that are in this project are stories that were told to us and have just been adapted into the storyline of Wasted Angels.
A lot of the people that made the play had guest speakers and people that came in who were addicted to crystal meth to learn and study the subject.
We've talked to crystal meth addicts themselves. We've had extensive conversations with many of them. 3 of their stories are actually in this play.
The meth addicts that we talked to when we were interviewing them, they described to us what was called shadow people. And basically, there were these hallucinations that they would find themselves talking to when no one else was around. We talked to one specific person who was talking to a wall for 3 hours.
Stop trying to fight it! We're stronger than you now!
So it's a gritty topic, and that's a lot for a lot of audiences to try and handle.
When we started, we took it upon ourselves to learn everything we could. We went on the internet, and every person went on the internet to see if we could find a crystal meth recipe. We found different ones. Every single one of us could find a different recipe. That is how easy it is. We interviewed recovering meth addicts. We talked to Colleen Klein, who is actually involved in kind of the drug prevention thing.
We've had conversations with parents, family members, and we've worked alongside ADAC and other drug groups to, really get the information right.
The creative process for Multi Youth is really unique because every
student is allowed to participate in the creative process, the building of the original play, by adding little contributions of their own ideas that get mixed into a larger kind of group concept of those ideas and eventually make its way into the play.
And then we go through it scene by scene and we improv the entire thing and figure out what's going to work and what's not going to work.
What we do in multi-youth is collective thought. That's how we write plays. We kind of take a theme and we get into groups and we make scenes and we take the best ideas and kind of make a scene out of that, and we kind of fine-tune it and put it all together and we got a play.
I saw the the production of Wasted Angels. As I got into the play, I was a little bit concerned because it started off with illegal drugs being fun, and then very quickly it got the message across that once you're addicted, it's all downhill from there. And it was very well done and a very good message. And anytime we can get youth talking to youth to convince them of the dangers of getting involved in illegal drugs, it's a great thing.
We've gone to a lot of schools mostly, from grade 6 to high school. We've performed for adults all over the place. The reaction is usually some people had absolutely no idea what meth was. Some people had heard of it. Some people had been offered meth. The response, they just had absolutely no idea the effects of meth.
When I was watching some of the individual students, you could definitely see that it was forming an impact on them, and you could even almost see the wheels turning in their head.
What I like about the approach that the Wasted Angels takes is that it's from the teens' perspective. It's them, it's their experience. They're talking about going to parties. We know that the kids are doing it and it's harm reduction, and this is the consequence. If you choose to do crystal meth, this is the choice that you're making.
Even just watching the kids during the performance, they were really into it. At the beginning, they're always not sure how to take things and maybe I'm too cool for this, but as I watched them, they were really into it and concentrating on it, and a lot of them didn't take their eyes off of the performance.
Lately we've been getting a lot of questions, like they're interested in the drug, they're interested in the play, the topic. One of the most controversial questions we've had is one lady came up to us at our preview at the Tri-Leisure Center here in Spruce Grove, and she asked us how she could stop one of her friends from doing meth.
I would suggest you actually contact ADAC. We can give you the number for that. They can help you out as well. Don't leave him though, because he does need support. He does need to know that there is someone there, and it's great that you are there for him.
When you're up there talking to teens, and you're a teen yourself, you know the kind of things that are going through their head, you know what's going on behind their eyes. And you look out there, and even though you can't see them face to face, you know they're watching you, you know they're understanding what you're saying. And for that to happen, even if we change just one person's life, if we give them the tools to make that decision to not do meth.
The problems with crystal meth are not just in drug abuse, but in crime in general, and the waste of a youthful culture. And so, from my impression was that it was certainly a message that I hope the young people that were listening to the message would take heart from.
It made a really good impression. Like one of my friends, she's like, "Wow, that makes me never want to do crystal meth." That scared me. I'm like, "Yeah, it scared me too."
I think it made a big impression, just showing people how much it really messes your life up, and
it really taught me a lot from this program, so it was really good.
Kylan said everything was all right.
In this room, it's going to feel like you're shouting, right? Because it's coming from down here. The individuals in multi-youth are really dedicated and have reasons for presenting this to the different students among the provinces and all over Canada.
It's not every day, that an 18-year-old from Little Spruce Grove, Alberta gets to be a part of something so major and so important to what's going on in youth today. And I really like the idea of being able to reach out to people and helping people if they need it.
When we started writing this play, there was a girl in here whose father was a crystal meth addict, and it touched her very deeply because she had watched it destroy not only her father's life, but his friends' lives.
I have friends who have tried crystal meth, and when I talk to them about it, they're like, it scared me and I don't want to do it again.
Crystal meth is a very addictive drug that messes with your mind and it tears apart your life.
This is an important play because crystal meth is becoming an increasing problem in today's youth because it's so easy to make and it's so cheap, and just anything that I know one of our cast members went through his house and he found everything that he needed to make crystal amphetamine in his house.
When I was first offered crystal meth, I was in grade 9. I was offered it in that room right over there, and the girl who offered it to me said, "Do you want to come outside after school and do some meth with me?" And I had no idea what it was. I was a naive grade 9 student.
The life expectancy of a crystal meth addict is 7 years.
Oh, it's bad. Addiction rate is something to like 80 to 90% of people who try it once are addicted.
You don't hear a lot of stories about it while they're doing it. You hear about it afterwards from the news, from parents. And that's what's really sad, is that no one's asking for help.
My friend actually had crystal meth, and I was really sad because, but she was in rehab and probably still is, but she left our school and I was very sad. But she's still in rehab, and I've seen the effects, and I've seen the scars on her arms, and I've seen the betrayal, and I've seen the horror of it, and it's not pretty.
We've talked to crack and coke dealers who said they won't even touch crystal meth, yet they do crack and coke like it's nothing. So I mean, that just tells you how bad it is.
In 4 days, we head off to Olds, and we're going to be performing. I believe we're doing 3 shows in Olds for a couple afternoon shows for the schools, and then a community performance. It's a long day, early morning, late night, and a lot of hours on the bus.
I saw Wasted Angels 2 years ago in Didsbury, and I thought that it would be a good thing to come here when I got my job in February. So it's a real need in the community, and I Googled it, found out who it was, and called a few different people, and then got a hold of Carol and James, and it kind of just happened from there.
Well, after 4 years of researching this play and writing it and performing it across Alberta, I have to say I'm just a little bit sad because, first of all, a play that you write from scratch with a group of people becomes like a baby to you, that you nurture, and it evolves and grows over time. But not only that, many of the kids that are in this project have grown and developed along with it as we've gone ahead. And for example, Alistair, who plays Zach, I've known him since he was in grade 6. He's been in this troupe, and he's just this little bitty guy that, quite frankly, James and I put into the troupe because he was the cutest guy that auditioned, and we needed the little cute guy. And now, look at this guy. He's grown to be this incredible artist and actor and person.
I'd just like to say it was probably the last real performance that Multi's going to do of this play after, 4 years now. So it feels good to have it done, but at the same time, it's kind of sad.
So tonight we're in Festival Place in Sherwood Park, and this is the last live performance of Wasted Angels with this cast. And it's a bittersweet night. It's never going to be mounted again. We'll only get to watch it in the DVD format.
To the students who put this on and who did the work, and to the volunteers who helped them do it, absolutely fantastic job.
that's a passion and a commitment that they have to delivering that message that is really bodes very well when you think about it. Because we have kids that are taking this challenge on their own. They're reaching out to their peer group, which is absolutely critical for our future.
It's been a long road. It's been a rough road, but it's sad to close a play. There's something magical about live theater, and getting a chance to see it over and over and over again is a chance that I feel privileged to have been a part of.